Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to crochet a dishcloth. We're going to do a single crochet stitch on the whole thing, so it's very simple and great for beginners. First things first, we're going to talk about the supplies. So I have a worsted weight 100% cotton yarn, a size H or 5mm crochet hook, and a yarn needle, which is very helpful for hiding the ends of the yarn. First things first, we're going to start with the slip stitch. You're going to hold your yarn, press down, come around, and then go under the working yarn, the stuff that comes off the ball. Grab it with your hook and pull through. And then you have your slip stitch. But as you can see, even I have trouble doing it that way because I don't normally. I'll show you how to do it without using the crochet hook. So you take your yarn, wrap it around your fingers, then pull your working yarn, the stuff that's attached to the ball, through the hole that you made, and pull. And there you have your slip stitch. So you're going to take your slip stitch and put it on your crochet hook. Once you have your slip stitch on, you're going to hold your yarn however works for you. So mine's a little bit different. There are many videos out there on how to hold yarn, and you can find one that works for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold your yarn, and then you're going to make 25 chains. So to make 25 chains, what you do is you wrap your yarn around the back of the crochet hook, pull it through the slip stitch you made, and there you have chain 1. Now, it's really important to make sure that your chain is fairly loose because we're going to be working in these holes that we make with our chains. If you find that your chain is really, really tight and you're having trouble getting it off the hook, that's going to be too tight for what we need to do. What you can do alternatively is move up a size in crochet hook. So this is a size 5.5mm, so a size I. So you can go up one and put it on and then make your chains that way. So then they'll be just a little bit looser. So we've chained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As you can see, as I'm chaining, I count them just to make sure I get as many as I need. Also, my middle finger and my thumb are holding the previous chain just to give me a bit more stability. With my stability, sometimes you have to go back in and fix your tension. You can also do that with your pinky finger. Alright, now that we have our 25 chains, I'm going to show you how to do a single crochet. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into the next chain in the line. You're going to put your crochet hook through. You're going to yarn over, pull it through. So now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over again, and pull through 2 loops. So I'll show you again. You go in the hole, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And you're going to do that all the way down the line. Now, as you're crocheting, you're going to want to use your middle finger and your thumb to hold the spot that you're pulling through, just to give you a little bit more stability, especially at the beginning, because there's not much to hold on to. But as you keep going and you end up with more fabric at the bottom, it will be easier to insert your crochet hook and pull your loops through. Alright, so once we get to that last loop there, you're going to do your single crochet, and then you're going to chain one, so you're going to wrap over and pull through to make your chain, and then you're going to turn around, and then in that hole, that first hole that we just made here, you're going to go back through the hole. Instead of splitting your stitch like we did before, you're going to go underneath both of your stitches, making that V. You're going to go under both, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two. And then for the next stitch, it's going to be the same thing. In that hole, you're going to go through, yarn over, pull one, yarn over, pull through two. And you're just going to keep going all the way down, and when you get to the end of your 24 stitches, you're going to chain one, turn, and continue. And you're going to keep going until the height of your dishcloth matches the length of your dishcloth. So for me, that's about 7.5 inches. So once your height of your dishcloth matches the width of your dishcloth, then we'll work on the edging. You want to make sure that your dishcloth is nice and flat. If you notice that it's curling a lot, so you end up with something that looks like this off your crochet hook, that means your chain stitches were too tight and you have to take it apart and start again. Make sure your chain stitches are looser. Alright, so now you can see the completed dishcloth. It should be the same on both sides. And now I'm going to show you how to do the edgings. So this is your last row that you crocheted here. So you're going to take your yarn and you're going to do a single chain and then turn it 90 degrees. From there, what you're going to do is you're going to work in between the last stitches, so in the holes here, and you're just going to do a single crochet. So you're going to work in those holes, so what you're going to do is in that last hole, you're going to do a single crochet in the hole, and then you're going to chain two, and then go back in that same hole and do another single crochet, and then you're going to turn it 90 degrees, and then you can see we've got a nice square corner there. So as you're working along the edge, you can see that you have the yarn that you started with. If you want to, you can crochet around the yarn. I'll show you how to do that right now to help hide it. If not, once I'm finished doing the edging, I'll show you how to hide the strings with the yarn needle, which is something you can do with both instead of doing it this way if you don't want to. Alright, and here we are at the end of the third side here. So we're going to do the corner the same way. We're going to do a single crochet and then 2 chains, and then turn it 90 degrees and then do a single crochet in the same place that we did the last one. Then we're going to do a series of single crochets down the last side here, and when we get to the end I will show you 2 different ways to finish off. So once we get to the end, we are going to have a couple of options here. So I'm going to go back to my last stitch here. I'm going to do my last stitch. So we're going to go in, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through 2. So what you can do is you can do a chain of 8 to make a little loop at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then from there, you can come over to the first stitch and do a slip stitch. So what a slip stitch is you yarn over, pull your loop through without yarning over again, pull that same loop through your other one that's already on your crochet hook. Then you have a little hoop that you can hang your dishcloth from when it's all wet. I don't have a hook to hang my dishcloth on, so I'm going to go back to my last stitch here. So what you're going to do to finish off, if you just want a square dishcloth, is to do a single crochet, chain 2 for your corner again, just like you did on the other 3, and then go right into this first stitch here, and we're going to do a slip stitch. So yarn over without doing anything else. You're going to do a slip stitch, pull it through, pull tight. Then to cast off or to get rid of all your extra yarn here, what you're going to do is you're going to do a single crochet and pull it through. And then you're going to cut your yarn at a few inches. And you're going to use your hook to pull it through and pull tight. And then you have your finished dishcloth. So what you're going to do to finish it off your tail here, and if you didn't yarn over your tail at the bottom here, your starting tail, you're going to take a yarn needle and you're going to thread your tail through. And then on either side really, because it's reversible, what you're going to do is you're going to take your needle and you're going to hide your yarn in your stitches. So just going back and forth in through your stitches here. And this cotton thread is a little bit hardier and a little bit more difficult to stick your yarn needle through. So you can go in sections. And you can go along the side, the side or the top of your dishcloth. It really doesn't matter which way you choose to hide it. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull your yarn through, and you really want to make sure you're getting a lot of this tail thread into your project so it doesn't come out and unravel eventually. So the more you use your cloths, the more they're going to fuse together, and it's less of a worry. But right at the beginning, it's something that you may need to consider, is just being a little bit extra careful with that. So once you've got it a fair ways in, what you do is you pull it tight and then snipping only the tail, making sure you're being very careful about that, to snip off the extra and then pull. And there you have your completed dishcloth. Don't forget to share your completed project on the 4-H Saskatchewan Exploring 4-H at Home Facebook page or with the hashtag Exploring 4-H at Home. Thanks for watching.